Okay, chapter 8 in Think and Grow Rich is called Decision. And that's exactly what the chapter is about, making a decision and sticking to it. I actually read the chapter many times and thought through it a lot because this has been one of the challenges of my own life is making a decision to do something. But that's not all that Napoleon Hill says in this chapter. Making a decision is important, but he says it's more important to make a decision, stick to that decision, no matter what others may say about it. In other words, don't be dissuaded by the naysayers of the world. If you feel like something is in your best interest, then you need to trust your own instincts and go for it. Now, I'm going to read a couple of paragraphs to really bring the point home and then kind of wrap up what the rest of the chapter is about. But he says, analysis of over 25,000 men and women who had experienced failure disclosed the fact that lack of decision was near the head of the list of the 31 major causes of failure. Procrastination, the opposite of decision, is a common enemy which practically every man must conquer. Procrastination, not being able to make a decision and take action on it. Always la-di-da, what I call lollygagging, not making a decision and getting started. But he also said analysis of several hundred people who had accumulated fortunes well beyond the $1 million mark disclosed the fact that every one of them had the habit of reaching decisions promptly and of changing those decisions slowly if and when they were changed. People who fail to accumulate money without exception have the habit of reaching decisions, if at all, very slowly, and of changing these decisions quickly and often. As I read those statements the very first time, I knew that that was a description of me. I learned from Think and Grow Rich the power of making a decision to do something you really want to do and sticking with it. When I now have two businesses that are running, and doing well, but it took me years to finally trust my own instincts and go for it. I had a lot of negative naysayers around me saying, yeah, but what if this and what if that, and you don't know this and you don't know that. And most businesses fail within the first few months. I mean, I was hearing all of that. But I was tired of working for everyone else. I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to control my own hours and my own money. And even starting this YouTube channel, there have been people that have said, it's too hard. There's too much competition. Lamb. That's what they do. You don't have good video equipment. You don't have high quality technical skills and the right whatever. It's always easy to find a negative Nancy out there. But Napoleon Hill says, you got to trust your instincts. You got to make a decision and stick to that decision if it's something you really believe that you want to accomplish in your life. So that's really the gist of the chapter. He writes a large section of the chapter, which I think he was very interested in history, I suppose, but a very large portion of the chapter, probably 2/3 of it, is about the founding of our nation, the United States, and how the founding fathers went through a lot of personal risks. They could have literally had their lives taken from them. They could have been hung in the gallows by the British for doing what they did in trying to establish the United States as a totally separate entity from England. And he tells the story of how the men who put together our Declaration of Independence did so at very great peril, but they made the decision to go for it. Nothing was going to turn them back. And now, all these years later, we have this wonderful nation that we live in because of their determined decision. The gist of the book is make a decision to go for it. Stick to that decision no matter what anyone else says, assuming you've made the right decision for you and you believe within your total being that it is the right decision for you. Hey, if you're enjoying this content, let me encourage you to go ahead and smash that subscribe button. It'll do a lot to advance this channel. You'll be doing me a favor.